So we are back, and we need to decide what to do here about this army. I'm going to just double check the relative strength of Lybaras here. So they actually are still stronger than we are. If we look at the total strength of all of their armies. Now, we don't know how many armies they have. We can see two. This one, I presume, they're in march stance, so I can see how far they can get in march stance. I can't tell how far they can get in regular stance, meaning to attack, but we have to presume that they can reach Granite Massif. So we obviously want to get back here to defend Granite Massif. I could obviously march myself to get that far, but the first thing I want to do, actually, come out. How far can I reach in ambush stance? I can't get close enough in ambush stance where I would actually be able to reinforce an attack on this settlement. So that part of the strategy is not going to work. I'm probably going to end up being not only forced into being visible, but actually forced into being in march stance myself. Don't think that's a really big deal. Obviously, we could beat this army right here, even if we're in march stance. So let's not worry about it too much. Now he might be, yeah, he can actually get close enough to be in ambush stance. I don't know that there's really much advantage to it, but could be that he'll march up towards Marak instead, but possibly stay in march stance himself and leave himself close enough that I could hit him with Tecton here. Now, that seems unlikely. It's at 40%. He probably will just pull me right out of ambush stance. But so far, ambush stance has been good to us. We'll see if it can continue to be. And meanwhile, we'll go ahead and do some settlement upgrades. Just check out the diplomacy options.
The goddess wills it.
Nothing particularly great there. We do need to remember that we've got Gotrek down here. Okay, and of course this defending Marak is the lowest priority. He'll be the last settlement to improve because of being unsuitable climate. Just not as valuable as these other two. Again, we have plenty of oath gold. Not a bad idea, actually, to maybe do some banner runes. If any of these jump out at me. 10%. Kind of like the idea of a 10% ward save and some missile resistance. And we'll give that to our Ironbreakers. At least for now. Slowly add to that over time. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, so we have... Interesting, we're going to have 2 full stacks. Interesting. So, stronger than I anticipated. Individually, as units are really not great. They could possibly whittle us down over time, and I don't love the fact that that my units are in, not only dinged up, but in march stance. If I retreat, let's see what happens. Which direction do I retreat? I do not retreat. Okay, I'm lucky. Boy, am I lucky. Have no idea why he retreated in that direction. Getting attacked from the southeast. And retreated to the northeast instead of westward. Well, it is what it is. Maybe it does make sense. Give myself a little bit of extra replenishment before the attack anyway, and I'll be able to attack him with Thorek's army.
For the wisdom of Valea.
And even with an extra level here, so that's possibly good. I think we'll go ahead and do... Let's maybe do Axe Lord. Why not? Yeah, let's buff up our... We're eventually going to need more points in the red line anyway, and this is an important fight, and we do have a lot of warriors here. I should point out, obviously, with the recent patch, they have added this reset all skill points. I can understand why lots of players like that. I personally do not. I don't intend to use it. To me, it is pretty immersion breaking to think that a character just forgets all of his skills and can instantly relearn others. So to each their own. Still kind of dinged up. I probably have the option here. I could recruit a Slayer or two into the army if I thought that my chances would improve. I might do one, because I could see using some Slayers on his Casket of Souls, which is clearly his strongest non-hero unit. Tomb Guard are not... They're normal size. They're man-sized. But the Chariots and the Horse Archers, I won't be able to catch up to the Horse Archers or the Chariots. But the Chariots, at the very least, would have to charge in and get themselves locked into melee. So, I think I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and recruit in... Let's take... Let's take one of each. No, let's take these Giant Slayers. They are expensive to maintain. That's the question. I probably am just going to take something just long enough to hopefully fight this battle this turn and then dump them. If I'm going to do it like that, we want to make sure we win. So I'm taking one of each. It's a big chunk of our money, but we're fighting two almost full stacks. And we are a little dinged up. Now that's presuming that they don't retreat. They actually can't retreat. Maybe I attack... Okay, that's a really good question. Which stack do we hit first? Well, you know what? If I attack these guys, my garrison comes out. Is my garrison even worth worrying about? Yeah, they're not nothing. Let's do it. Close victory. Let's go ahead and get this onto the Ironbreakers. The settlement... Why is it... Oh, I did... My goodness. My, boy, I hate to... I'm not going to retreat, but I didn't even notice that my other lord is not coming in. Just a miscalculation on my part, but if I retreated with the reduced campaign movement, I'm worried that I wouldn't have been able to attack him this turn. Probably still would have, but hopefully we won't really regret not having that one lord. We're kind of already in the formation that we want. The question is, where do we want to be? These guys are going to be 3 minutes out. Again, it's... if we come back here to where our settlement, our garrison is going to be coming from, we're actually putting ourselves at a disadvantageous terrain. Down a slope. But that's probably not that big of a deal. Clearly, it would be nice if these guys came in sooner. We could maybe, you know, wipe them out and then turn and deal with them. But since they're not going to come in for 3 minutes, and we're not, our settlement garrison's not coming in for 3 minutes either. Let's go ahead and put this over here at our right flank. We get the grudge throwers. Can they reach? They can. Maybe we can draw them in right away. Let's hope so. I think what we might do here actually is move. Can we move forward ever so slightly? We can. Still going to be very hard. Let me just make sure that our right flank is up against the rock there. Okay. Clearly our weakness appears to be here in the middle, so we're definitely going to get Thorek up here along with our... Nah, we'll keep our Thane over there for leadership. Okay, let's give this a try. Speed it up. Let's see. He's pulling back. I was afraid of that. Well, he has stayed within range right there. Is there any chance? No. Okay, move forward. Fire at... Fire at those Nehikara warriors. We'll have to turn around and pull our catapult back. Wow, I missed. That's not good. None of these units particularly concern me. Where's the, there's the Casket of Souls. That's really the biggest concern. Do a little bit more to them. Switch over to them. Speed up a little bit, get... Okay, we got settlement garrison coming in, and they have their Their reinforcements coming in as well. Let's go ahead and get... Let's get the miners over here on this flank. We'll figure out what to do. Let's take these warriors and get them to where they can reinforce the middle, I think, and we'll keep our blasting charge miners back. I'm gonna, since he's coming from this direction, I don't think he's going to be able to, I don't think he's smart enough, quite frankly, to swing the whole way around and outflank my left flank. So I'm kind of hoping to make hay over on that side. Okay, he's got those flyers. Let's go ahead and get some of our quarrelers over here in case he brings his flyers towards my catapult. My grudge throwers. Here come his armies. Let's go ahead and lock you into guard mode. Let's go ahead and just pick out a few of his frontline troops. Oh, I thought he was already moving forward. No, he's waiting for the whole reinforcements thing. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and come back. He'll be coming forward any moment now. There he comes. It's kind of interesting how his carrion here are just sort of moving forward and then hovering. There's the Casco Souls. That's a problem. Okay. That's not ideal. Let's go ahead and get our... This is what we need. This is what we need our Slayers to do. Slayers are speed of 40. His units are slower. All right, we're pulling everybody back further to buy us a little bit more time from those, from that Casket of Souls. Yeah, those, wow, I didn't realize they would do quite that much damage.
If you like, this is a reckoning.
Okay, let's get you in there. Let's get you... Let's get everybody in place here. No, wait a minute. Not you. I want the Slayers. The Slayers on the Horsemen. Shooting at those horse archers over there. Where's his carrion at? There they are, all the way over there. Yeah, okay, good. He's now firing at our giant Slayers. Doing good work against them, unfortunately, but Their job is to get the whole way around.
And go! Walls shooting!
Oh boy, okay, let's go ahead and get him moving forward a little bit. Nope, the Casket of Souls is backfiring at my other units, unfortunately. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these guys up here. You go here and then charge across that way. How are we doing here? We're winning here. Let's go ahead and get big old explosion there. Let's back up. Let's go ahead and get him pulled back. Let's go ahead and get him pulled back. Let's go ahead and get Thorek. Did he hit his own units here? That's great. That is great. Just no, you're still getting chased a little bit here. All right, these guys are in much better position to flank them now. We're bogged down over here. Let's go ahead and start. Since they're not really focusing on the center of our line, we're going to start moving to reinforce the right of our line. Let's get him pulled up a little bit. Let's keep these quarrelers over here. Keep going, guys. You're supposed to be able to outrun them. Alright, let's go ahead and get those Longbeards in there. Let's go ahead and get these warriors up there. Let's start attacking all across the line. Thorek, let's go ahead and start getting you into the fight. Let's start getting some rune magic going. Let's get, where's armor? Let's go ahead and put some armor up here on these guys. Our giant slayers. Well, by the time I get there, he's actually going to be just about out of ammo. So that part of the strategy clearly did not work out very well. Let's get you guys over, hitting him there. I think these guys are going to fall to pieces, so there's no reason to waste any more melee units on them. Thorek doing okay. Go ahead and take out those Nehikara warriors. Got a few moments yet for the... Alright, turn and fight her. You're not going to get to the... Wow, they summoned Ushabi. How do you say that? Ushabti. Okay, let's get them taken care of. Let's get big old explosion in here. We need the slayers on those Ushabti. Okay, I don't want... Are they out of ammo? Yeah, let's go ahead and let's pull them out. Where's my blasting charges? Here's my blasting charges, and they are out of blasting charge ammo. Let's get everybody here. Let's get those guys fighting over there. How are we doing here? Okay, now we can... Now we've kind of chased that king off. Everybody on this side
Vengeance!
is now getting into the main fight. Okay, Thorek doing alright here.
Wrath and ruin!
Get some more rune magic going. Let's get this over here on this side.
Move to attack! Miners!
Where's my Slayers at? They're in that fight over there. I want them out to where they can hit these cav. How are these guys doing? Well, they saved.
It is a reckoning! Range far, range fast!
Okay, these guys have got to be. They're crumbling over there.
Go!
We want them to be able to hit any fast units that try to hit our flank. We're winning over here. We're presumably winning in the middle. Little hard to tell. Let's get all of our characters fighting his characters.
Kill them! Vengeance!
You might as well stay there on them. My Coralers here. Keep shooting there. You guys keep shooting. No, they're crumbling. Never mind.
Charge!
Okay, he's out of ammo there, so he's going to probably charge in with those units. Got our warriors here. Our line's all broken up, but that's okay.
The anvil's might!
Oh, it takes 5 seconds to cast that. There we go.
Oath and steel!
Get another explosion going. This ought to be pretty effective. Took care of a couple of units pretty well there. Don't really care, obviously, if we lose this garrison army. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in much more vulnerable positions. Don't see his Casket of Souls. Did it get away, or did we take care of it? Don't really care if we lose the Slayers, because I was going to disband them anyway.
Ironbreakers! We demand blood! Charge! Drag everything!
Let's go ahead and get those Slayers on that cav unit over there.
Ironbreakers! Attack the Urks! On!
Okay.
Come on!
Get you in there as well. The babysitter mod will help because once we give an attack order, once they finish, well, of course that Tomb Guard is going to take a while to take down. The Coralers we're going to hold them back for the moment. Let's keep shooting with Coralers who still have ammo. Let's go ahead and get all of our melee units now engaged because they have committed everything. They're crumbling. It's a good sign. Very good sign. I think that ought to do it. All right. Yeah, his Casket of Souls did way more damage than anything else. But nothing, absolutely nothing to worry about there. I'm going to disband the Slayers anyway. Or at least the Giant Slayers, maybe the regular Slayers as well. Okay. What do we get? The hammer. of Carrick draws. Well, that's a nice little debuff. Let's go ahead and continue to take money and oath gold, because again, I don't want to be forced into staying on our territory. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Yeah, my only disappointment about all that is that I didn't get good old Tecton here involved in the fighting. But it is what it is, not that big of a deal. And let's get... Okay, we have totally destroyed. So those were their only two armies. Totally destroyed their military power. There'll be a few turns before we have to worry about them again. Let's go ahead and... I think I'll go ahead and just kind of split between Axe Lord and some of his other abilities for the time being. We definitely want sharpened weapons. We want the missile resistance, but we also want
victory for the old ways.
To keep pushing his mainline abilities. These Giant Slayers, you served your purpose. Thank you very much. You're too expensive to keep. Same with the Slayers. We are going to move down. So at this point, we could take... I feel like there's a good chance we could take both of these, but I don't plan to. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll take Resetra and we will offer it to Krokgar here. And if he can hold that for us, and I can build up defenses here in Marek, then as long as Lamia holds and Krokgar holds, then I'm not going to worry nearly as much about my eastern flank over here. The eastern front, I should say. But first things first, we're going to have to take that. We'll go ahead and get Thorek in a position to attack. Presume he'll be able to reach there, but we're going to make sure by bringing... Let's do this. Let's switch him to that stance. Move him to the range where he'll be supported, just in case something completely crazy happens and he gets attacked. He can be supported by Thorek. We will attack Resetra next turn, and with a garrison of 7, should not have too much trouble. Let's go ahead and get Granite Massif upward. So I lost money in that exchange by recruiting the Slayer units compared to the amount that I got from winning the battle. But not by very much, and I think the Slayers did come in handy in that fight, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. Let's take a look at our diplomacy. Yeah, Krokgar's here is all the way up to strength of 9, 5 settlements. Definitely want to stay on his good side for the time being. Alright, let's go ahead and press on. Okay, that's fine. He recruited one lord. That is not going to be enough to stop us. Mission successful. A little bit of money, a talisman of preservation. I always like getting those. Now our warriors are a little bit better. Of course, we got the growth modifier, which is bad. We need growth desperately. Ah, the City of Dawn and Scarbrand. Okay, let's go ahead before I forget.
To war by Grundy.
Let's go ahead and get... Oh, he's already wearing the Talisman of Preservation. Must not have had one equipped. Okay, that's good. We'll go ahead and give this lord the armor. Oh, we have 2 Talismans of Preservation. Interesting. Well, we want to give...
Hammer and anvil.
We want to give one to our Thane. Make sure the ancillaries are all... No. Okay, we got another one there.
I'm listening.
Think I could have done that last turn. Okay. So Thorek's army can reach...
Work without sweat. Forged in battle. Make them pay.
Let's go ahead and get...
Wisdom of Valea.
Make sure he's going to be close enough. Anything to do here? Not really. We're stuck on minus 52. Public order. But in time we will start to bring that back up. It's legendary difficulty, so that's always going to be an issue. At least in the early game. Okay. Don't really see any reason to put off this fight. Take a look at the terrain. I was going to say it should just be a regular field battle, not a minor settlement battle. Not really going to require any sophisticated tactics in this fight. Quite frankly, we could probably charge Thorek in by himself. He's gotten to be relatively strong. We'll go ahead and not really waste too much time setting up, just make sure that our grudge thrower is in position to launch. In fact, you know what? I think I'll pull the wounded dwarven warriors back. Well, yeah. Everybody above 90, everybody above 80 can stand the fight. I really think that's all we're going to need. Get the Longbeards up here. Let's get the Iron Breakers over here. We'll get Thorek in the front. The Runesmith behind. The Thane on the right flank. Quarrelers on each side. Let's go ahead and speed up. Let's get our Runesmith up here where he can drop an explosion. We'll drop it on... Let's hit his archers. Oh, no, let's hit right here. That looks good. Get a couple of units with that. Alright. We're going to go ahead and charge forward here. Thorek, you go ahead.
Oath and steel.
Hit him.
Strike the room.
Let's go ahead and also use your new ability here.
The anvil's might. Anat vengeance. Yes. No. Warhammer.
Let's get our correlers. You know what? Let's get them firing at the archers. All right. Get my Thane up here.
Age, wealth, and skill.
Are we ready to get another rune up? We are. Pretty straightforward fight all the way around. Let's go ahead and get his hero target. No. He spawned some Ushabti. Let's hit them.
Dwarf warriors. We are relentless. Done wrong. Yeah.
All right. This is almost over.
Obey me. What?
How are we doing on... Really, this is the only unit that matters. His character, his lord. Almost down. Okay. 22 dwarves lost. Even with the replenishment at 50% of normal, we ought to get them back pretty quickly. One turn in the settlement will help a lot. And I think this is unlikely, but unless we get a ton of money for sacking this, which no, it won't be, because we've already sacked it. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and occupy it.
Make it fit for the doughy.
Just realized I should have done loot and occupy just for the tiny pittance of extra money. Okay, we got quite a few things here. Very nice. Got some ranks, we got some traits. We got 2 students and a Helm of Discord. The Helm of Discord was for the mission that we finished. But here's the trick. I just realized I'm not going to get as much replenishment because I'm not going to keep that settlement. I'm going to offer it in exchange for a non-aggression pact and a tiny little bit of money. Nice. Okay. So now...
Thorek Ironbrow.
I guess we can't move since we did conquer.
The axe thirsts.
He, however, can.
Move.
Not that he took a lick of damage.
Let us begin.
Does not look like there's anything to give him. Let's make sure that we're using
wisdom.
all of our students, and we are. At least all the ones that we can. Let's go ahead and get another point in Axe Lord. Let's go ahead and get... This is the... I think the rune Rune of Negation is the minus 40%, or the 40% damage resistance, which I quite like. Okay. Pretty successful couple of turns there.
We honor the
Won a few battles, got a little bit of a buffer zone here for a settlement in a climate that we don't like. Now, as long as Lybaras exists, there's still going to be the threat of attack from her, but she is
Lybaras shall rise
at war
again.
with everybody. That's a good sign. I didn't even realize she was at war with Krokkar. Perfect. Presumably, even with the AI, I don't know how Hecleus's AI will deal with this. Normally, I would worry about AI ignoring their other enemies because of anti-player bias and coming straight towards us. But I'll just keep an eye on it. But I don't feel real threatened by her right now.
Bring me Neferata's head.
Not too interested in peace with us, however, despite the fact that we have totally destroyed all of her military power and reduced her to 2 settlements. Let's go ahead and finally get to the point where we might want to start recruiting some Quarrelers into our army. It's only turn 19. Way behind normal schedule, but I think doing okay considering all of the mods that we're using. Just one last double check of our settlements and our diplomacy. I think I literally just did this. I did.
High Queen Khalida.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do maybe one more turn, but I don't see there being another battle to fight. I'm not going to send Thorek over here. I'm going to let Krokkar worry about that. Let's go ahead and end our turn. In terms of pacing, I feel like this is really what I was hoping to achieve. 20 turns in, 2 provinces, kind of a mix of...
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though, for while the potential rewards are great, so too are the perils.
Okay, I'm gonna worry about the description of this before I actually do it, which is not now. It's a decently strong Empire army that I don't think we're anywhere near prepared to attack right now. And it's not a priority. Okay, so we have a couple of irrelevant wars happening.
tried and tested.
We need Thorek to race around
Lord of Karakazol.
to where he can start recruiting. Now, I think what I may do... Just noticed a very little bit of screen tearing. I hate to turn VSync on because it's going to affect my frame rate. But something to keep an eye on. So we can do Quarrelers.
Onward.
Don't think there's really any advantage to recruiting
Done.
with Thorek versus the other Lord. What I'm researching here, I'm actually 2 turns away from reducing the recruitment cost, but quite frankly, it's only a 5% savings, which is not a big deal. And it's really the bonus ranks that will be a little bit nicer when we can get those.
Aye.
But even those are not really that big of a deal.
Shoulder axes, lads. We move.
Certainly not going to wait around and only start recruiting once we have that technology researched. So let's go ahead and start the recruiting now. We'll obviously get these two armies to switch troops around next turn. Let's go ahead. Can we afford to get... Okay. We need several things here. Let's go ahead and get Marek up. Eventually I'm going to want to build walls here, but not a priority just yet. Money is certainly an option. I think I'm going to go for money for right now. I do need to worry about public order here, but while my armies are up here, I'm less concerned with the public order, less concerned with the walls. Don't really need the resources yet, although I would hope to be able to start doing some trading soon. We just don't have any to do yet.
The goddess wills it.
It's really more of a nice to have right now as opposed to a must have. And we spent most of our money, but not all of it. We have enough to be able to afford beefing up some of our economic buildings in Karak-Zorn in 2 turns when that is ready. It's going to be 6 turns before we can level up our settlement. It's going to be a few more turns before we can level up any of these settlements in Devil's Backbone. Let me go ahead and double check the diplomacy again.
Bring me Neferata's head.
I feel like I probably end up doing that twice every turn, but it is what it is. And then I end up forgetting it completely other turns. Alright, let's do one more end turn, and then I think we'll wrap up this video. Okay, it does appear as though Krokgar has... Oh, this is tempting. For 3,000 extra money. That is fairly tempting, but I think thematically it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to do this. It's not something Thorek would probably do, so let's refuse this creature. So, Krokgar has pushed Lybaras all the way back to just their capital at this point. Now, this coming turn, we will get Thorek down here where he can start doing the recruiting for himself. We'll switch up these troops. We'll go ahead and get some of these other buildings leveled up. But all that is going to be in the next recording, so still feel like it's so far so good, and thanks everyone for watching.